Hello friends, welcome to Holistic Prescription Club channel. This is your host Dr. Uchit Sangvi. Today we are going to talk about neck pain and treating it with eyes and nose, a unique way to treat neck pain more effectively. Well, let's check out the outline of the tutorial. This tutorial will be taking the considerations of basics of neck movement and the common terms used, understanding neck pain and about utilizing this tutorial, introducing benefits of exercise without the use of sensorial organs and with the use of sensorial organs, role of eye in the neck exercises, role of nose in the neck exercises, influence of eye on the neck exercises, influence of nose on the neck exercises, techniques of incorporating eye exercises with neck exercises, techniques of incorporating nose exercises with eye exercises. Let's go further from here. Basics of neck movement and the common terms used are the first priority we need to know about. Basic movements in the neck are flexion, that is forward bending of the neck, extension, that is backward bending of the neck, retraction, that is tucking the chin in, protraction, that is protruding the chin out, lateral rotation, turning the neck on either side, and circumduction, that is rotating the neck in circular manner for full rounds. These terms will help us understanding this tutorial easily. Let us understand about the neck pain in the early stages. Well, most of the conditions of neck pain in the early life are caused by static lifestyle, ergonomic hazards, poor postures, or sports injuries, which eventually leads to spasmodic reaction around the neck muscles, creating cascade for other pathology to occur in later life. Though this tutorial primarily focus upon the spasmodic conditions of the neck, yet the exercises can be performed by elderly people as well. These exercises are safe to execute as they can be done along with the physical exercises prescribed by your doctor, as well as they can be performed without any apparent movements in the neck muscles. The tutorial will guide you further on the same regard. Well, what this thing about neck and eye involvements in the neck movement and neck and nose involvements in the neck movement? Introducing benefits of exercise without the use of sensorial organs and with the use of sensorial organs would be handy for us to understand the entire difference. Exercising without incorporation of sensorial organs. Let us understand this. Without involving the eye or nose activities, that is without incorporation of sensorial organ, and involving eyes and nose activity, that is with incorporation of sensorial organ. Now, exercising without incorporation of sensorial organs improves strength and tone of the muscle. It lacks precision of movement without high and regular repetition, therefore increases the chance of injury in initial stage, puts less impact on basal tone of muscle, making no improvement to reaction timing of the muscles, highly exhausting, thereby limiting the frequency of exercises. Now let us understand what difference does it make while incorporating the sensorial organs. Well, that improves strength, tone and basal tone of the muscle, improves precision of movement, demands less repetition yet educates the muscle better, less chances of injury, puts high influence of basal muscle tone, thereby improves muscle reaction timing, less exhausting, therefore frequency of exercises could be set more for better rehabilitation of spasmodic or stiff muscles. Let us now understand the role of eye in the neck exercises. We have always noticed that before our neck turns to any of the sides, it's your eyes which moves towards the side first. Well, this principle is not just ignorable as it relates directly to the reflex mechanisms of body. To check it yourself, do this small activity to realize the efficacy of impact of eye movements on your neck muscles. For example, try to look at your extreme left without moving your neck. Are you trying? Well, do that for a moment. And what happened? The neck is willing to move towards the left and it's stiff because we are restricting it, right? Well, that's what is of therapeutic value. Let us understand how. The influence of eye in the neck exercises. Here there are a few terms which will help you understanding the further slides. So go through it individually. You can see various angles of the eye gazings. They are named as straight at the top, then starting from your left side, that is extreme right, then center, then extreme left, then upper right, upper and left upper, then right lower, lower and left lower. Well, pay proper attention to this box. It might take a little bit of your effort to understand this further. There are 3 columns here, majorly as tension variation in front of the neck muscles, tension variations in back of the neck muscles, and triggers following movements in the neck. On the extreme left of the column, that is eye positions, so go through the same row. First row is straight. When you fix the gaze on the straight, at that time the neck muscles goes for natural balancing or neutral balancing both the front as well as the back side of the neck. This triggers or neutralizes the neck muscles and creates a balance between both front and back. Now remember the central gaze, this one. The central gazing, it creates the stretching tension and that eventually raises the chin towards the front side, and it creates the loading tension on the back neck muscles. This creates or triggers the extension tension in the neck. Going further down and identifying the upper gaze, that is looking higher without moving the neck, looking higher in the air or sky, that stretches or creates the stretching type of tension in the front muscles of the neck, and the same gazing will create the loading tension in the back of the muscles in the neck. This triggers the extension of the neck. Lower gaze produces loading tension in the front of the neck muscles and produces stretching type of tension in the back of the muscles of neck. That triggers the flexion in the neck. When you see extreme of your left, that will trigger the left rotator muscle loading tension in the front of the neck muscle, and that will trigger right rotator muscle stretching tension in the back of the neck muscles. This eventually triggers the left rotation on the neck joint. If you keep your gaze extreme right, that will produce right side rotator muscle loading tensions in the front of the neck muscle and left side rotator muscle stretching tension in the back of the neck muscles. This will eventually trigger the right rotation. Same way, when you go for left upper gaze, the stretching tension on left side muscle will be triggered in the front of the neck muscles, and loading tension on the right side muscle will be triggered on the back of the neck muscles. This eventually triggers the cross flexion and left rotation, which will be eventually explained further into the video tutorials of part 2. Left lower, loading tension on the left side of the muscle on front of the neck muscle, stretching tension on right side of the muscle on the back of the muscles of neck. That eventually triggers the cross extension with left rotation in the neck joint. Right upper gaze, that stretches or creates the stretching tension on the right side of the muscle of front of the neck, and loading tension on the left side of the muscle on back of the neck. That triggers the cross flexion, right rotation. Right lower gaze, that creates the loading tension on right side of the muscle and stretching tension on the left side of the muscle. That triggers the cross extension and right rotation movement in the neck joint. Now explaining a bit further this loading tension and stretching tension. The loading tension is when your muscle is moving towards the center of it. Like for example, when you are raising your head, that is called as extension of neck, and the back of neck muscles are coming towards the center of the neck. That is what we will understand as loading tension on the muscle. Now let us understand the stretching tension on the left on the muscle. So stretching tension is something when the attachment of your muscles goes away from the center of the muscle, and that is, for example, when you are raising your head, the front of the neck muscles, they are stretched. That is called as stretching tension on the muscle. So that's how you can incorporate the eye positioning to trigger or incorporate your neck physical movements, and can create a better impact upon the restoration of your muscles in regard of tension. Now let us understand the role of nose in neck exercises. Well, are you still wondering how? Let's see. Just to check, let's recall, what did you do with your neck when you were smelling the fragrance of your choice? Exactly, you were raising your head, that is extending of your neck, while you were inhaling it deep to enjoy the fragrance. Okay, now what did you do while sneezing off, or when you didn't like the smell around, or when you were putting your hopeless emotion breath out? Well, exactly, that is exhaling, and right, you did flexion, forward bending of your neck. Hope you got the answer now. Just as your eyes, even the nose can influence your neck muscles by breathing air in the throwing in and throwing out manner, and being in no breath state, or even holding the breath full. Let's see it on next slide of this tutorial. Here I'm showing some influences of nose while it breathes in and out over the neck. The left column shows the movement of breath through the nose, and the right column shows the effect of the breath on the neck. The inhalation, that is breathing the air in, triggers the neck extension. Exhalation triggers the neck flexion. Holding the breath in after inhaling triggers neck flexion, and being breathless after exhaling triggers neck extension. Well, that's how you can influence your neck movements by incorporating eye and nose movements. This is the end of part 1 of this tutorial. The part 2 would have the video exemplaries or demonstrations, so that you can learn it practically how to incorporate this techniques with your normal day-to-day exercises of your neck. Thank you for watching the video. You may connect with us at holisticprescriptionclub@gmail.com, or you can subscribe to our channel to keep yourself updated with such kind of videos again. Do not forget to mention your comments or suggestions below the video, and again, do not forget to subscribe. Thank you.